to Sturt. Looks a likely type. Moves well, playing on the wing. He's been beaten tonight, but he still had some important touches. We've had just over 11 minutes into this third term, 63 opposed to 16. The ball is pushed forward by Leanett, down towards Sanderson, in fact McGlashan that is. McGlashan held back on the kick, put it up nicely. Stevenson up, couldn't take it, still in there working hard. He needs support, no support forthcoming. Now in there working hard again is Hannam. Craigbaum is there. The ball pushed forward, eventually the kick away by Painter. One-on-one battle in the pocket, but the boundary line will win out. And Brian, I've noticed tonight that they just haven't had the numbers at the fall of the ball, the Blues, and they're consistently up against the odds.
I think they're pretty happy Norwood supporters, that mob. And yes, I think you're right, Kim, taking that point a little further. Lack of players around the ball and lack of method in moving it into their forward line, and that's the key to winning footy.
Norwood coming out of defence now through Binder. From the back pocket towards centre wing, looking for Tanner. Hannam is with him, so is Scholl. And the ball is forced out of play. In fact, the free kick will be paid. Which way will it go? It'll go the way of the double Blues. And Scholl will take that free kick. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and our coverage of the two big games tonight from Football Park. The early game underway at the moment. Norwood playing the double Blues. The late game should be a beauty. Port Adelaide versus North Adelaide. And we're 13.5 minutes into the third quarter here at Football Park. The game between Norwood and Sturt. Norwood 10 goals 9, 69 lead. Sturt 2-4-16. Has been a great performance by the Norwood side. Joining me in the commentary box is Bucky Cunningham and Kim Dillon.
Thanks very much, Ken, as the ball is put down nicely there by Michael Thompson. It's taken by Thomas. He kicked the last goal for the Redlegs, puts his side forward, searching for Aish. Couldn't find that player. Pike takes it off hands. The handball went back, eventually goes to Aish once more. Pike an opportunity, working hard, being pressured there by McCarthy. The handball goes back towards Bowman. He can't take it. He's jumped upon by a number of Sturt players, and eventually it is a dead heat. Well, the Redlegs led by 19 points at quarter time, 33 points at half time, and they've extended their lead in this third quarter. And really, Brian, Sturt playing without a lot of purpose at the moment.
Yes, Kim, they're lacking forwards, they're lacking direction, and Norwood are doing just as they like. Their work with the hands has been pretty good. That's not a good example of it, but it has been. Maybe their disposal could have been better, but you can't take it away from them. They've got an 8-goal lead and doing well, the Redlegs.
Yes, Norwood looked particularly good, Bucky, and it appears to all of us here is the fact that Stephen Trigg with the double Blues has a lot of work to do. Ball to ground, players working hard. Ace is in there, but Sturt coming away with the football. Penn's first play towards the grandstand side. Tanner is in, takes a fine mark, Tanner. Tanner inside the 15-metre line, talented player. Tells the umpire he wants the man brought back on the mark. Shell on the mark. The action with Tanner. Tanner, about 45 metres from goal, going towards the lake end, the left of your screen. That's favoured by a very slight breeze here at Football Park. He'll kick from just inside the 50. He's got the distance, but a little astray with the accuracy. And a minor score there to Norwood, and they go to 10-10-70, Sturt 2-4-16.
Been a great duel on centre wing all night with Grant Tanner and Barry Shell. Both of those players have performed pretty well. Tanner probably has the honours to this stage of the game.
The ball kicked to the outer side, taken there by Bauer, it appeared to be. Shell gets the kick away. And, dropping what he should have taken is O'Keefe. He recovers, though, gets the kick away. It's put up high. Underneath it is Reid, who's onto the ground. He takes the mark. Well, the veteran defender started on the interchange bench. He's having his first run, and have a look at that.
There's a good mark and a defender. He normally plays at full back or centre half back, Peter Reid, and now he's got a shot at goal from only 45 metres out.
He would appreciate the value of front position. He lines up and he has put it through.
Well, that's a timely move by coach Stephen Trigg to bring Reid on at it appears to be the centre half forward position, maybe even at full forward. And as the ball comes in, we see that the mark's strongly taken, and that's a good effort. The backman will relish his roll up forward and his freedom. So he's got his first 10-10, plays 3-4.
The centre bounce contested by Leonard and Thompson, stolen by the dominator, that's Wayne Johnson, up towards Stevenson, who almost completed the mark. He fought hard for that football, gave it to Painter around his body towards full forward, and it tickles through for a minor score. Sturt 3-5-23, trail Norwood badly 10-10-70, 17 minutes gone into the third quarter here at Footy Park. A good night for the doubleheader. The second game, of course, Port Adelaide taking on North Adelaide, should be a great game. As we see Barn with the footy, back towards centre wing he goes, looking out there for Jonathan Ross, who didn't contest it. In fact, he did. It was Bowman who stood his ground. Ball comes out towards Johnson, tapped it on cleverly to Hannam. That's a good football by the Blues. Towards centre half, Forgy Tanner collided heavily. Over to Bastian. A chance now for Moskeni outside the 50-metre. Chips one short towards Bubner, beautifully put, but Bubner couldn't complete the mark. Taken by Bender, he's tackled. Chance for Worcester, and in fact the umpire said he threw it. Well, the umpire was right on the spot, and it will be Andrew Johns. Yes, it was a good decision, and it's Moskeni with the free kick.
He followed up well, Adrian Moskeni. He really did work hard, got the kick off, and I thought Bubner should have taken the mark, but he went back in and made amends for the Sturt side. Now he's the chance.
Moskeni, he's got the distance, the accuracy. Has he got both? He has. A valuable goal to the Blues.
Adrian Moskeni has kicked his first goal, and it is a valuable one at that. It's the fourth goal for Sturt, and they really need it. The tackle was strong, and we have a look at it again, and Binder was the player, and he did throw it away. Umpire making a decision from 10 or 15 metres away, right on the spot. So a good goal, a valuable one. And Sturt go to 4-5-29, Norwood to 10-10-70.
41-point advantage to the Blues. Umpire Rick Kinnear with the football. He's officiating tonight with David Trenery. Lean opposed to the youngster in Thompson, who won the tap once again. The Redlegs go forward once more. The ball is put up high. Underneath that is Richter. He's been a little bit quiet in this third term. Trying to get the handball away was Pike. In there is Richter once more. In there is Field. He gets the handball back towards McCarthy. In turn, it's taken by Thomas. He's too quick for Leonard, who's still chasing hard, though. Thomas swings it around his body. Payne underneath it, couldn't control it. Now it's being picked up by Kelly, Richard Kelly. In turn, the handball over the top towards Payne. Payne gets the kick away, and the mark has been taken by Hannam. He plays on quickly around Jonathan Ross. Lifts the eyes, looking which way to go. He puts it up high, and he's kicked it straight to Binder. And I mentioned earlier, Ken, they play without direction and purpose tonight, the Blues. And you really can't excuse foot passing like that, as the mark is taken by Tony Graham in defence. His kick is long and wide, and Hannam takes the mark. Let's see if he can use this ball a little better.
The use of the ball by the Blues has been diabolical on occasions. Wayne Johnson accepts the handball. Back towards centre wing. Argus on the ground. Thumped away on that occasion by Barn. Ball to ground. Chance now for Scholl. From centre wing towards half forward. Back here is Thompson. Dropped the mark he should have taken. The Barn. Back to Gary McIntosh, has 3 or 4 options, goes the way of Zimmerman, over to Muster. Muster from the centre half back spot, up towards the centre ground. Was there a free kick? No. Jonathan Ross took the mark, gave the handball to Mello. Mello goes up long towards full forward. Which way will it bounce? Still in play. Chance now for Norwood through the agency of Pike. It's stolen that occasion by the Blues. Out of defence they go. Back towards the half-back flank. Tanner with a handball to Aish. Aish up towards the square, over the top of the pack, and thumped through for a minor score by the Sturt defence. Norwood 10-11, Sturt 4-5.
There's worry on that face. Stephen Trigg looking on, couldn't be happy with his charges tonight, and on that occasion they got away from it quite luckily, because Norwood made, in fact, Martin Pike A very bad error up forward. Really should have gone at goal with that one and didn't.
Norwood yet to lose a game in the Foundation Cup. The Double Blues are yet to win one as the handball goes out from Bowman. The ball brought forward once more. Aish is the target, but the boundary line wins out, and we'll have a throw-in in that left forward pocket at the northern end of Football Park. We've had 21 and a half minutes of this third term. Norwood 10-11, Sturt 4-5. The breeze is favouring the left of screen, which is the northern end, the lake end here at Football Park. Players in working hard. Jonathan Ross tries to grab a jumper.
Just a reminder, of course, tomorrow at 10 minutes past 11, the one-day international match. It should be a beauty. Live from Trinidad on Nine's Wide World of Sports, the West Indies versus the Aussies.
Let's hope they can keep the pitch covered if need be. There's Aish in there working hard in close quarters there, and the ball is put out, and that's well taken by Kelly. Richard Kelly took the mark. The ball came in. It was a wobbly kick.
That's a strong mark under plenty of pressure, and he was in front. That's where you have to be. And now the reward is the shot at goal.
Started on the interchange bench. He's kicking from inside 50. Starts it to the right. The ball not coming back. In fact, it'll fall short. It's punched away. Out there is McWilliam. So too Payne. Good body work by Muskeni. Should give it out towards McWilliam and does. The handball goes over the top, searching for Johnston. Oh, he tried to get it out towards McGlashan, but he missed the football completely. Muskeni eventually gets it to the man we were talking to, or about, but he had the ball smothered off his boot by Froggy Murdoch, and we'll have a ball in on the outer side.
Almost 23 minutes gone, the third quarter here in the early game between the Legs and the Blues. And in fact, there's the siren to end the third quarter, with Norwood in front by 42 points.
Pretty even quarter, that one, the third quarter. 4 goals to Norwood and 3 goals to Sturt. And Norwood had the breeze, and Sturt have a lot of work to do in the final quarter coming up.
So at three-quarter time, Norwood 10-11-71, leading Sturt 4-5-29. The action's on Nine's Wide World of Sports, and it's live.
Welcome back to Football Park. At quarter time it was Norwood 4-2, the Blues 1-1. At half time 6-7, the Double Blues 1-4, and at three-quarter time Norwood still in control 10-11, the Double Blues 4-5.
Looking at the leading goal kickers, and Payne has kicked 2 along with Thomas, and for the Double Blues, Painter, Bastian, Reid and Moskeni all have 1.
And of course, just a reminder, the second game tonight should be a beauty between Port Adelaide and North Adelaide. But Kim, talking about Sturt, they started very well but then suddenly collapsed.
Ken, their first 19 minutes in the first term was good. They were kicking into the breeze, and they genuinely managed to contain the Norwood side. But then in the time-on period, Norwood kicked 2 quick goals, and since then it's been all Norwood, and they've really done as they pleased.
Well, talking about Norwood, one player that has impressed in the Foundation Cup has been young Jonathan Ross at centre-half forward.
Yes, he's very good in the air. He takes a big grab. He took a specky a couple of weeks ago, and he took another one tonight. He's still got to do a little bit more, though. He's not getting enough of the football for mine, but he's very young, and he does have enormous potential.
And one of the goals scored by the Double Blues came from young Bastian, but I thought at the last one he's going to mess the whole thing up.
Well, he didn't look confident at all. There was some good scrambling in the square. You see Bubner here, he flicked the ball back. It sat nicely. He grabbed it, he kicked it, and eventually managed to get it over the line. And young Bastian's playing out of a permanent forward pocket, and he hasn't had many opportunities, so it's not easy to assess what he's done tonight.
And Kim, the last time I saw Norwood play, young Pike played a pretty good game.
Well, he attacks the ball well, he attacks the body well, and he's a strong young man. He's done a few useful things tonight, and he's kicked a goal, as we'll probably see in a moment. It's beautifully set up by the veteran in Michael Ace. Very quick and slick handball, but Pike had to read the play. He had to be in the correct position, and he was. And yes, he does give them some strength up forward.
Just going back to Jonathan Ross, do you think he's good enough to hold down centre-half forward for Norwood or not?
Well, obviously time will tell. It's a terrible word to use, potential, but you can see that the lad has got a future. And I think if he's prepared to work hard, not just in the air, and don't rely wholly and solely on taking big grabs, I think he will be able to play that position.
In the third quarter, Stephen Trigg, the Blues coach, put Peter Reid, who normally plays in defence, up forward. He took a big grab.
He did, and don't you think Triggy's age too? Yes, we see O'Keefe here bring the ball forward, the centre-half back, and I mentioned during the call that Peter Reid, he would appreciate the value of the front position because he's been a defender of most of his career, and he knows that's the best place to be. He took a strong mark, and more to the point, he kicked accurately.
That's important. One of the few goals coming for the Double Blues. OK, let's now take you back to the start of the last quarter to your commentator, Bucky Cunningham.
Thank you, Ken. The margin is 42 points in favour of the Redlegs, and as the boys suggested, they've controlled the game ever since the very last part of that first quarter. The Blues, kicking to left of screen, have the breeze. Not worth a lot here at Football Park tonight. Perhaps 1 or 2 goals. Let's see if they can use it and get back into this game. A lot of work to do. Bounce down in the centre. Lean got his hand to the ball. Out toward Johns. He couldn't take it. In there over the top of the ball, working hard, was Michael Age, having a run on the ball, perhaps in the centre, got it across to Zimmerman. Wide toward the half-forward area, thumped away from Ross, comes to ground. McWilliam has played a pretty good game for Sturt, got the handball back, gave the opportunity for Bowen, I think it was. In fact, it was that player, and it went out of bounds. And it'll be a boundary throw-in, almost on centre wing, between centre wing and half-forward for Norwood.
Peter Bubner about to do the ruck work, and he came up high from behind. It went down towards Bauer. He's dispossessed. The ball is picked up by Pike, but Bauer will receive a free kick for being held onto and not in possession, according to umpire Rick Kinnear. We've had 50 seconds of this final term. Let's hope the Blues can fight back and put some respectability onto the scoreboard as the tackle is applied, and that is holding the ball. Now, a few decisions like that might just perk up this young Double Blues side. The free kick will go to the veteran in the dominator, Wayne Johnston. Gary McIntosh was the man that was caught with the football. Not pleased about the decision. Underneath it, the mark is taken by O'Keefe. Started at centre-half back, now playing at centre-half forward. The ball is punched out. Well, there's a push in the back, not seen by the umpire. He wasn't in the best of positions, umpire David Trenery, as Argus pushes his opponent over the boundary line and will have a throw in that right forward pocket.
I think that's a good move, Kim. I agree with it. O'Keefe at centre-half forward. He has played well at centre-half back, and he's got the body strength there, and it may give Sturt just what they need in that key position.
Norwood now with an opportunity through David Payne, but the ball beats that player out of play. You see young James there, the Norwood youngster. And be live from Football Park. Beautiful night for footy, it really is. No breeze to speak of as we see Norwood trying to work the ball out of defence. The ball again is forced out of play on the half-back flank. Sturt going to the left of your screen, which is favoured by a very, very slight breeze here at headquarters. And the O'Keefe working hard as McIntosh. Handball's over towards Ace. Ace thumps the ball away towards Payne, but the ball once again beats that player out of play.
And Michael Ace appears to be having his first run on the ball for the evening. And that won't hurt him at all. He can stagnate somewhat in a forward pocket. And a good opportunity to get some run into his legs and clean out the pipes a little bit. Painter got it over towards Bauer. He kicks in long. Argus couldn't take it. Young Sheldrick's done a very good job on Gary Argus. The handball goes back. It's taken by Froggy Murdoch. The Frog clears out towards the outer wing. Up high was Leonard. He couldn't take it. In there is Tanner trying to kick it backwards like a mule was Painter. Eventually he picks it up and handballs it out towards Bubner, who puts it up towards centre half forward. Players set themselves. It's punched down to the ground, and also onto the ground is Damien Prowse for Norwood wearing number 1, but it's Murdoch once more. He kicks out wide. Good one-on-one battle here, and the mark is taken by Mello just in front of McGlashan. Michael McGlashan in his first league game last year. And he's opposed to a very good player in Mello. And that was well done by Jonathan Ross to get the ball, take the mark, then get it over towards Payne. Oh, a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Rick Kinnear calls play on. The ball is pushed out wide. The handball goes over the top, back searching for Payne. Cleverly trapped. Brilliant handball over towards Muster. He's 30 metres out and kicked his first goal.
One of the best passages of play, with Muster kicking his first, as Kim called it, and very, very slick work with the hands, particularly by David Payne, who trapped at one side of the body, brought it back to the other side. The running player in Muster made great position, and his kick directly through the centre. A good goal to Norwood. They go to 11-11, Sturt to 4-5.
Centre bounce, Norwood 11-11, Sturt 4-5. Taken by Sturt. Painter towards half forward. Offhand, Hannon with a chance now for the Blues. Has to beat 3 opponents, supported by O'Keefe. He's in strife, gets past McIntosh. No, he doesn't. Momentarily, he did back to McIntosh. Mello now, Norwood with a chance. O'Keefe is hurt. Up towards half forward, over the top of the pack as a mark to Ross. Has it been paid? Yes, it has. That's certainly his strength, his marking ability. Young Jonathan Ross, the left foot kick towards half forward. To wobbly kick at that, and over the top. Good mark, McCarthy. That's a lovely mark by Tony McCarthy. Back towards centre wing. Scott fills his target, and he marks. Half-back flank grandstand side. They trail badly, the Blues. They need goals in a hurry towards centre wing. Off hands it goes. Stolen by Ace. The handball, the top to Froggy Murdoch, should I say. Back towards Ace. Ace cleverly does it over to Binder. Back to Mello. Super stuff, Michael Ace. Short into the pocket. Beautifully put. That's great football, Norwood. And Muster takes the mark. The man who kicked Norwood's last goal.
And he's now playing at full forward, Ken.
Muster will kick from about 50 metres. Tucked away in the pocket. The Graham Campbell pocket. A long kick. He's got the accuracy. Has he got the distance? I think he's got both. Oh, he has. Yes, great goal, Norwood.
Well, if it wasn't Muster's goal, Payne would have got it. He was there ready, but that was a goal from almost nothing, and it started with Michael Ace working so hard. He originally had the ball on centre wing and got his second handball away there. And this guy, number 11, has really impressed young Damien Mello. And Muster, low to the ground, takes the mark and puts through a very, very good goal from an acute angle. 12-11 plays 4-5.
Well, Sturt, they have to lift their work rate. 83 points opposed to 29. We've had just over 6 minutes of this final term. The ball's put out towards Ace. Once more, it's those quick hands of the champion, Michael Ace. Managed to get it to Tanner, who in turn put it out towards Thomas. The ball directed back towards Muster. It's taken by Richter at the bottom of the pack. Now in there is McCarthy. Couldn't take it. Moskeni got the handball out to Richter. Now back towards Sanderson, I think that is. And that was intelligent football and a good, accurate pass out towards Johnston. I need this man to lift. He has to find more of the football. He's got to create his own opportunities. There's not enough happening around the ground for him to wait for others to do the work, as the ball now ends up with McIntosh. The captain of Norwood spears out a pass, and Thomas drops what he should have taken. Play on the call, going through his Bauer. In there, Moskeni. Now the handball out to Ross. In turn to Thomas. Over the top to Michael Aish. He's kicked one goal. He lines them up, and he won't add to that tally. Well, he will, but only with a point.
Michael Aish, he loves the freedom of having a run on the ball. He really enjoys that, and you can see in his play tonight, since he's been moved onto the ball in this quarter, Michael Aish has been in everything. He really has. The kickoff comes back towards grandstand side. McWilliam over the top of that play ahead. The head taken by Leonard. To Johnson's a shocking kick. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full.
I think to his credit, Kenny tried to bring the ball back and bend it around the boundary line. It wasn't effective, but Sturt have made a lot of errors just like that tonight.
Mello finds Michael Aish. Michael Aish towards centre half forward. In front and a good mark. Been taken by Tony McCarthy. Handball's off. Back to McCarthy. That didn't achieve too much. McCarthy goes out wide and kicks it straight to Tanner. Well, that's been the problem with Sturt's game tonight. Their skill level with both the foot and hand has been very ordinary. Kelly towards full forward and Worcester. Gee whiz, I tell you what, the checking is very ordinary.
Well, Tony McCarthy is the man who is meant to check Ivan Muster at this stage of the game, and McCarthy, to his credit, has played very, very well up until this part of the game. I think Muster's pace is just finding him out.
Muster from about 25 metres on a very slight angle. It's a horrible kick right across the goal, in fact out of bounds on the full. And Bubner will take the relieving free kick from the back pocket.
Just extending that line of thought about McCarthy picking up Worcester. You really don't plan on your teammates disposing of the ball so poorly, and that's how he was caught out, McCarthy, when the ball was kicked straight towards Tanner. As Johnson pushes the ball forward. First there could be Johns. No, he wasn't. Painter was the first player there. Now the handball comes out from Zimmerman. It goes back to the young ruckman in Thompson. He puts it up high. Big leap, Jonathan Ross, and the mark's been paid the other way. Well, the youngster not arguing too much, Brian.
Quite right. You've got to look at the man in front. That's the way that the rule is paid, and that was definitely a mark to the man in front.
So Darren Bauer was awarded the mark, and now the ball on the outer side. The handball goes out towards Shell. He gets a wobbling. In fact, it's Graham. He gets the pass away, and it goes straight towards Argus. Argus has been a very quiet player. He took Greg Phillips apart a few weeks ago. No such luck tonight. He's yet to score, and he'll be kicking from about 48 metres out. Left foot kick, puts it up high. It'll fall short. Big leap from behind, and the mark has been taken by O'Keefe.
It's the value of the big fellow, just drifting him from behind the back, or shall we say the back of the pack, and taking what in the end was a quite easy mark. Mark O'Keefe, I would rank him as one of the better Sturt players tonight. Did a lot of useful work in defence. Now a chance at goal.
He copped one on the nose not long ago. That shouldn't stop him from goaling, and he kicks his first.
A goal that was badly needed by Sturt to Mark O'Keefe, playing now at centre half forward. Goes back to that position. A good mark taken over the top. And an interchange being made, and surprisingly Andrew Johns has been taken off the ground, and Ben Judd back onto the ground. And Darren Bauer looking a little bloody there on the right side of his face.
Norwood 12-12, Sturt 5-5. You're watching live football on Nine's Wide World of Sport. McWilliam working hard. It's McIntosh. His kick is smothered by Shell, taken by Judd back onto the ground towards half forward and finds O'Keefe. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Wobbly old kick off the boot, but it found its mark. And Mark O'Keefe started in defence, but this is where I'd play the man. I'd play him at centre half forward.
We just got it with the third grab. He held it strongly in the end, but, well, very close.
Played some useful games last year for the Blues. This man, Mark O'Keefe, a long kicker of the football. That is a magnificent kick. That is home. Great goal, goal number 2.
Well, Mark O'Keefe has done just what we thought he might at centre half forward. Let's have a look at that mark again for the third time. We see it, and very low to the ground, but the kick was the important part of it. He was kicking from 50 metres out. The kick was long and direct and high. No opportunity at all for defenders with that. Great kick. O'Keefe has his second, And the Blues go to 6-5. Norwood are 12-12.
Round 5 of the Foundation Cup, Friday night football live on Nine's Wide World of Sports. We're 12 minutes into the final term, and the Blues have an opportunity to put some respectability on the old scoreboard. They can get a couple more like that. Keith has kicked the last 2. So the whistle sounds, and umpire Rick Kinnear will bounce centre field. 12-12 opposed to 6-5. The Blues do have the breeze, which is favouring the left of screen. Up high was Leena. It's a good tap down to Johnston. He gets the kick away. Zimmerman is there. Clean bowls everyone. Zimmerman backs up well, though. Gets the handball back towards Murdoch. Murdoch with the left leg puts it up high towards the outer wing. Underneath it is Judd, and he takes the mark. Judd's handball in turn goes to Moskeni. He's under pressure. It goes back towards Judd, who spears out a pass and finds Bastian. Started in the forward pocket. He's kicked 1 goal. That was in the 3rd term. The handball goes out to Bubner. Back towards Judd. He's tackled by McIntosh. The ball is pushed forward by McGlash, and Johnston in there. The tackle is high, and Martin Pike will receive the free kick. Pike was ducking then.
He was that, but let's just have a look at that. Okay, yeah, the tackle was high. Strictly speaking, the free kick was there, but Sturt really should have just got 1 boot to ball. They fiddled around with the handball, and 1 kick to get it down there on a one-on-one situation is of more value.
Pike puts the ball forward. McGlashan tried to take it off the pack. Now Bauer is there, and he paddles it towards the boundary line. In fairness, I suppose Martin Pike was down to start with, and he was on his way up. So, and that is a nasty whack to the side of the head, Kim.
Not a pretty sight, Kim. It's part of footy. These things happen. Bubner from behind. Jonathan Ross in front. McIntosh. That's quick. That is absolutely like lightning. I don't agree with that decision, but however, be that as it may, it's the instruction. McWilliam with the free kick. Towards half forward he goes. Oh, up high. Well, keeper up high. Couldn't complete the mark. Johnson the handball away. Taken by Peter Reid around his body. A chance for the Blues. Argus runs without the football. Sheldick in there. Threw it away back towards Thompson. Baum comes in. Well done by Reid. Over towards O'Keefe. That's better work by the double Blues. And he kicks his 3rd.
No goal, Ken. It's been a free kick at half forward or half back for a throw. And that is such a shame for Sturt, because that was one of the best passages of play. Let's have a look. Peter Reid, that was what was called a throw. It was superb work by him, threw his body in, and it was just the way it goes in footy, I guess.
Yeah, a bit hard to see from here. The umpire obviously closer, and that was umpire David Trenery. That was bad luck for the Blues. That could have spurred them along. Now Leena puts it up towards centre half forward. They may get another opportunity. Barry Shell takes the mark. He thought about going wide, then eventually does so. He's put it out towards Bauer. They should direct it in towards Argus. Oh, he's kicked it into the man on the mark, and gee, that's happened far too often tonight, and Sturt have not finished off their work. The moment they look like they might get something going, something like that happens. Out with Michael Aish. He uses the ball normally better. But that was only through a lucky bounce, though. Muster over to McIntosh. The handball was searching for Jonathan Ross. It's picked up by Malloy. He tried to get it to Muster. The Blues have the numbers. The Shepherd should be applied, and it wasn't. That was lazy work by the Sturt side. But they were lucky. They managed to get the kick away. McGlashan has it, chips it around his body to Ben Judd, and he takes the mark.
Just getting back to your point, Kim, you are quite right, and that is lazy work in defence, and the coach shouldn't be able to tolerate that, or should not tolerate it.
Exactly. There must be some professionalism and some urgency out there as Payne gets his kick smothered. In there is Scottfield. Back to McGlashan. They have numbers at the fall of the ball for the first time for the evening, but the handball goes astray, and it's taken by Pike. Getting the kick away is Keith Thomas, and he puts it out towards Payne, but he was clean bowled. That was well done by Bauer. He has a fair dinkum dip, Bauer. And now it's taken by Ben Judd. Oh, he's called the play on. He has to get the handball back to Bauer. They may get out of it. They may not as well. That'll be a free kick. And, well, if you go in after the ball, you're normally rewarded for your efforts.
Bauer with the free kick. A couple of umpiring decisions bewildering me here as McWilliam gets the football. Grubbers one towards Painter. Painter the field. Field from centre wing towards centre half forward. Over the top, Murdoch was the sport. In goes McIntosh. Likewise, Murdoch. Now, is that holding the ball? Yes, it is. What's going to happen here? He pointed the wrong way, the umpire. I think he's a bit confused.
They've made some poor decisions of late, the 2 umpires this evening, David Trenery and Rick Kinnear. Their efforts haven't been their best. And of course, I guess that new rule is confusing them. On that occasion, the player rolled over on his back and was still caught holding the ball.
Hannum towards full forward. The pack. Argus almost the mark. Murdoch with him is Reed, and the ball is forced out of play. Sturt into attack, and we've played 17 minutes into the final term. Norwood 12-12-84. The Blues 6-5-41.
The Blues have kicked 2 goals in this term. So too of Norwood, but I think the honours would go to the Sturt Football Club in this final term. Their aggression and commitment has been good. But it's been the old story. They just haven't been able to finish off their work. Throw in the right forward pocket. 17.5 minutes into this final term, live at Football Park on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Trying to get the kick away there was Peter Reid. Oh, out of the pack trip was Shell. Play on the call, taken by Malloy. That should have been a free kick. The ball goes back towards Binder. Binder kicks it out wide. McGlashan from behind. Mello there. Great one-on-one duel. That's what football's all about. Sheldrick lends some support. Gets the handball out towards Mello. They're working hard. Great desperation by 4 footballers as Keith Thomas eventually gets a handball out. He goes back towards Judd and he's bundled over the line.
That is better football, no doubt about it. Players really committed at it. And one of those players, young McGlashan, you can see in screen. Or Ben Judd, in fact, it was.
The ball thrown back into play. Leonard wins the tap quite nicely. Payne, clever work, but couldn't get the kick away. A push in the back was Bauer, not seen by the umpire. And oh dear. Ken, I agree with you tonight. I thought you were born confused, but those guys are definitely having a little bit of trouble at the moment.
Taking a long time to wake up, Kimbo. It's good to see you've seen the lot at long last.
I said on this occasion, Ken.
Leonard get the tap away, taken by Zimmerman. He's tackled, dispossessed. A high one caught by the Sturt player, but no free kick forthcoming. Back towards centre wing. Pike. Oh, it's a high tackle, and we'll see on that occasion by the umpire. It'll be taken by Binder. Binder for the legs from centre wing. We'll put them into attack towards centre half forward. His target is Jonathan Ross. Went up one hand, ball to ground. Shell went past the football. And umpire Kinnear this time has seen a free kick and go the way of Tony Graham. On the defensive side of centre, goes out wide looking for Moschini. That was well put by Graham. Short. Taken on this occasion by number 40, which is McGlashan. In fact, it was Painter. Up towards half foot. Argus, a good strong mark. Inside the 50. Up towards full forward. For a high tackle on the Sturt forward there, and a free kick.
Well, it's up there. It's within scoring distance, and the tackle was definitely on. I think players are a little confused with a lot of decisions in the last 5 minutes, but that one looked to be a fair dinkum over the shoulder. Yep, Zimmerman, the offender, and the easy shot at goal.
Hannum with a chance now directly in front, and a 15-metre penalty kick. Well, this is make it certainly, and it is home. Well, I don't know what the umpires are doing. I've got no idea. The players have got no idea. The bloke's kicked a goal. What more could he do? Why he's been given a second kick is completely and utterly beyond me.
Well, if it's a goal, isn't it, Ken? And it was that, and we've got a repeat of it. Well, we can't really work out what happened then. We think just one goal was scored, and Sturt have gone to 7-5, so that's an indication, I guess, that it was just the one goal, but we couldn't work out why.
We'll have a look at the scoreboard. He's only been attributed as one goal, but for a second there I thought maybe he'd been given 2. I agree with you. I think it was ludicrous that he go back and kick the ball again. In fact, if I was the player, I would have said I've kicked it once. It's a goal.
That's right, because you get your second kick, and if you miss it, then you're history, aren't you?
We see Norwood 12-12, Sturt 7-5. The Blues working the ball out of defence. Graham back to Moschini. From centre wing towards half forward he goes, but is it out of bounds on the full? It is. And the free kick will be paid to Zimmerman. Zimmerman now Slightly on the defensive side of centre. Back towards centre wing. Bauer in front, dropped the head. Ball was punched away, taken by Malloy. Malloy back to McIntosh. Norwood into attack now. 8 on the lead. Can he get to the football? Good defensive work on that occasion by Bastian. To Bubner. Short to Field, and he marks. There's certainly been a lot more desperation about the Double Blues play in this final term. Over towards young Judd, who's a very fine talent. He really is. This kid can play. Towards half forward. Hannam's his target, and he finds that player. Player who kicked Sturt's last goal. Hannam now from outside the 50 towards Argus. Bumped away by Sheldrick. Reed, the kick is smothered. Tanner. Here's a chance now for Murdoch to come away. Back towards centre wing, and Thompson takes the mark. Thompson now from the defensive side of centre.
And a promising type he is. Michael Thompson started on the interchange bench, came on in the second half replacing John Hall, and has performed quite creditably. The ball now out with Kelly. Richard Kelly gets the kick away. It goes out towards Muster. It's taken by Ace. He handles back towards Payne. He's very clever in close quarters. He gets the kick away, but he's inaccurate. That goes over the line for another point. So Payne has now kicked 2 goals, 2 for the evening. We've had just over 23 minutes of the final term, and it will be a Norwood victory. And if Sturt have played with the same commitment as they had throughout this final term, Ken, maybe the result could have been a little bit different.
Sure, you're right, Kim. There's 4 quarters of football, as we all know, and that hasn't been the case with Sturt tonight. Joel. And there's the siren. With Norwood running out winners 12-13, 85. Sturt 7-5, 47. A big win there to the legs.
And don't forget, coming up shortly, the big game, Port Adelaide taking on North Adelaide. It's on Nine's Wide World of Sports, and it is live.
welcome back to Football Park. And there you see it at quarter time. Norwood 4-2-26, the Blues 1-1-7. Norwood in control at half time 6-7-1-4. At three-quarter time was still the legs 10-11, plays 4-5 and the final scoreline. Norwood 12-13-85, Sturt 7-5-47.
Yes, and the goals kickers Payne 2, Thomas 2 and Muster 2, and for the Blues, O'Keefe 2.
OK, let's now take you to Bucky Cunningham.
Player who's normally been the part of one of the important parts, or a cog in the Norwood winning side, Warren Halfpenny, and Warren not out there tonight, injured, but a good win nevertheless.
Oh yeah, I thought the lads played pretty well, especially in the first three quarters. I thought perhaps they could have been a lot further in front with the amount of play they had, but they really failed to finish the players off.
5 out of 5 is a pretty good effort in Foundation Cup for a start of the season.
It was actually 4 out of 4, but
well, that's right.
yeah.
Sorry, I admit there was one bye, but
yeah.
that's a good effort.
We perhaps surprised a few people by winning all our games, and it's good to be in the grand final, and hopefully we'll go one better and get off to a good start of the season.
I thought the use of the handball tonight, Warren, was terrific, the way that they moved the ball around.
Oh yeah, we've been practicing that all pre-season. I think each game it's got better. Started off, we was making a lot of mistakes, and it started to hit the body a bit more tonight, and it made it look a lot better. We've just got to finish off the end of the plays with the kicking at goals, I think.
It was a tremendous effort. Let's hope you can get back there soon.
Oh, I certainly hope so.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Brian.